y'all. This one's weird. Okay, today is Monday, and on Mondays we talk about marriage magic. And so I wanted to kind of get some points out there. Today's not going to be very long. It's been a hectic day trying to get my boys to do their school. Homeschool mom. And I'm sorry, I'm on my tablet, which I don't normally go live on, so I don't really know where to look if I look. Anyways, and then I'm about to leave to get two boys to practice at the exact same time, 15 minutes apart. So, if I go kind of fast, I'm sorry. Hey, Mandy. Hey, Stormy. And the glare on my glasses is driving me crazy. So, how is your guys' day today? I posted in the comments some marriage tips that I've posted in the past before, not on this page, but just on my personal page. And I just got a lot of really good feedback from it. And so I wanted to share that with all the new people that are on this private page that we have now. So I'm trying to get my thoughts about me. I'm sorry. I feel like my brain's all over the place. So forgive me if I seem more spastic than usual. Okay. So today on Marriage Magic, hey, Holly, I kind of wanted to hit on a couple points. You know, we have Valentine's Day coming, and you know, just all the love is in the air or hurt feelings is in the air because your loved one didn't think of you as much as you thought they should have thought about you, and all, you know, all the stuff that us women overanalyze. And so I just kind of wanted to get a head start on that. And so I thought today's topic for Marriage Magic on this Monday would be kind of geared towards, you know, all the butterfly feelings and the, you know, the Cupid's arrow and the love and just all the stuff that's around Valentine's Day that even married couples, you know, get excited for. And, you know, you do nice gifts, or you expect sometimes nice gifts from your husband to show his love, you know, his dying love for you. Or, you know, if you're a gift giver by nature, you know, you like to do really nice things for your husband. But sometimes when I reference the hurt feelings is because a lot of times, you know, sometimes as mothers and wives, women, we just kind of feel like we're not as appreciated as much. And so, you know, we got Mother's Day and we got Valentine's Day that I think the women kind of hijacked as far as it should be about us, you know. And so, my husband and I are not big Valentine's Day people. Like, I don't really make a big deal about it. I like to go on out to dinner together or something like that. But, my husband does a lot of things, but gift giving is not one of his, strong suits, which is kind of funny because I love giving him gifts. I love doing things for him and going like all out, because for me, it shows, that's how I show him how much he means to me. And so, but it's funny because he's completely the opposite. Like, the poor guy, he tries to do gifts, and it's either he tries to surprise me, and I'm like nearly impossible to surprise. He has never been able to surprise me except maybe one time in almost 18 years of marriage. And then, yeah, Stormy, really. And then any other time that he's gotten me gifts, it's usually because he asks for help from either my sister or my daughter now, because she's 17 now, so she's older. And so she'll go shopping with him to help him. And just this past Christmas, he was at work, and, you know, I'd been Christmas shopping online. I did all my Christmas shopping online. And so I was telling him about it, and I was so excited for the stuff that I got him. And he was like, babe, I'm so sorry. I'm just so lame in this area. I just never know what to get. I felt so bad for him because I know he loves me, and he shows me he loves me in other ways, such as, you know, just the service he shows me, the things he does for me, the way he constantly puts me before anything. And I can give you a couple examples, but gift giving is just not something that he's too keen on. And I just told him, I was like, babe, it's not a big deal. You do a lot of other stuff for me, so I'm not really stressing about the gifts. And so closer to Christmas time, I sent him a text message because I knew he would feel bad if I had gotten him all these gifts and wrapped them for him, and then he didn't have anything to give me. So I literally sent him links from Amazon of what I found that I liked, and it ranged from oven mitts to candles to, I don't even remember what else I put on there, because I'm thinking of stuff that is practical, stuff that I like, that I actually like, and sent him the links. Well, my poor husband doesn't even do online shopping. So he literally took Sky with him on Christmas Eve and literally bought me every single, I said perfume, but I had put on there the type of perfume that I like. I sent the link from Amazon to him. And he literally got me every single thing on the list that I sent him, which I just sent him a list so that he could have some things to choose from. I didn't mean like, hey, get me all this. And so he got me the candle and the scent that I wanted. He got me like 6 different oven mitts because I needed some new oven mitts. The perfume, I wear Versace's, I just went blank on the name, but I sent it to him, Crystal, the brand of Versace perfume that I wanted. And because it said like Eau de Toilette or whatever it says, which most perfumes say, he was at Walmart, and so he got me another perfume because it said that, and he thought it would be the same thing. So that is my husband and his gift giving ideas. So ladies, our husbands can't be good at everything, and we have to realize that. So don't get your feelings hurt if you don't feel like you got a great gift or a gift at all, or that he didn't put any thought into it, or, whatever. Because our husbands cannot be good at everything. And I have grown to love and appreciate my husband for the things that he is good at. And I offer grace and mercy for the things that he's not good at. So don't let your feelings be on your shoulders this Valentine's Day, okay? So promise yourself that you're not going to do that. Because I promise you, your husband's goal or his motive is not to hurt your feelings on Valentine's Day. So we have to be real about it. But I wanted to, I just had a couple of scriptures. The first one is Hebrews 13:4. And that one is referencing, while I pull it up, Hebrews 13:4 is referencing the marriage bed. Let me see. Sorry. Usually I do it the other way. I have my phone recording and I have my tablet to look up stuff. So Hebrews 13:4. Oh, no. And it says, marriage is honorable in all, and the bed undefiled, but whoremongers and adulterers God will judge. So I wanted to pull this out because I really wanted us to focus on the fact that the marriage bed is undefiled. And when we're talking about love and romance and Valentine's Day and all that kind of stuff, we need to realize that, we need to take advantage of the opportunities that we have as married couples. Sorry, I need to text my daughter because she keeps calling me. I'm live right now. Can't answer the phone. And so we need to take advantage of that. We have this God-given relationship that we've been given with our husbands, and our husbands would love nothing more. They love nothing more than to have an undefiled marriage bed with us. If we want, I'm trying to keep it as innocent as possible for maybe some younger viewers that are younger teenage girls that are on here, and or women who are not married. But we have to take advantage of that, and don't think of the marriage bed as something that's a burden or something that is, and I'm talking to myself here too, because mamas, I know that we get tired. I know it. Believe me, we get tired. We're exhausted. We have every other thing on our mind. Doctor's appointments and school and homework and, homeschooling for us, homeschooling moms, and our own, fitness and things like that. And so it's really hard. Now my daughter's calling my house. But, so we just have to make sure that we're not viewing the marriage bed in a negative light. Okay. That's number one. Something I put on here is we need to enjoy our husbands without fear of dirtiness or guilt. Allow no outside influence to your marriage bed between you and your husband. It's just made for you two. So we have to be sure that we will do that. Y'all, really, I have everyone texting me at the same time that I'm trying to go live. This is the problem with live. Do you hear my phone? Okay. Sorry, y'all. That was like a million squirrels all at once. Oh, so let me read here. And then the next one I wanted to turn to is Proverbs 15:9. Proverbs 15:9. And definitely, ladies, I want you to be looking these up yourself, because I don't ever want you to just take my word for things. I want you to see it and read it for yourself so that you know, because one, I can make a mistake. I'm human. I would never knowingly lead you astray, but I'm human and I can make mistakes and I can misquote something or whatever. And so I always want to make sure that you guys look at it for yourself and be able to, check up on it. So Proverbs 15:9 says, the way of the wicked, that is not what I wanted. See, right there. That's not what I wanted. I'm sorry, Proverbs 5:9, not 15:9. Exactly. See, this is why you need to look it up for yourself. 5:9. Okay. Lest thou give thine honor unto others in thy years. That is not the one either. Y'all, I'm really struggling today. Proverbs 5:19. This is really a joke. I feel like I'm on America's Funniest Videos or something. Proverbs 5:9. Now we've got it. Let her be as the loving hind and pleasant roe. Let her breast satisfy thee at all times, and thou be ravished always with her love. So this is talking obviously to the husbands. But what can we do about that as wives? So the question I had for us, and this is something that we have to think about between us and God and between us and our husbands. So the question I had is, do we allow our husbands to be satisfied with our breasts? And do we neglect or reject and dismiss his ravishing for us? So God is telling them, to basically just be totally focused on his wife. Like, don't be looking at other women. Don't be lusting over other women. Proverbs is full of warnings about, to males to be aware and beware of the strange woman or the whorish woman. And so we have God telling the men what to look out for and what to focus on. Husbands, focus on your own wife. Be satisfied with her breasts, okay? That's what God is saying. In other words, not someone else's. But as wives, do we hinder that? Are we so negative or exhausted or whatever word we want to put in there that we're like, stop looking at my breasts, stop wanting to think about my boobs all the time, stop? I mean, really, you have to get honest with yourself. And that this is the reason why this is an all women's group, because I would never talk about these things in mixed company. But we are grown women, and a lot of us are wives, and we have to be real with ourselves. So God is giving husbands a command to be satisfied with his wife's breast, to be ravished with her love. So us as wives, are we, as being a helpmeet, that's also a command to wives, we're to be our husband's helpmeet. Are we helping them to do that, or are we hindering them from doing that? Are we withstanding ourselves from our husbands because we're too tired, or we're angry, or our feelings are hurt, or they need to suffer like we feel like we're suffering, or I just have too many things on my mind? Whatever the reason, we need to ask ourselves that, and we need to be real with ourselves, because if our husbands ever do go somewhere else and they are not satisfied with our breasts, their own wives' breasts anymore, and they want to be having someone else, another woman's breast to satisfy them, that's going to be between them and God, and they're going to be held responsible for that. But as the wife, we have to ask ourselves, okay, did we have a role to play in that? Were we helping or hindering our husband from succeeding in the commands that God has given him as the helpmeet? And so that's just something that we have to think about, ladies. What was the other thing I put on here? Do we do more or allow ourselves to be more inconvenienced by others than we do for our own husbands? So, we give and give and give. Some of you work outside the home. Homemakers are giving to their kids. Homeschool moms, we just give. We're with our kids 24/7. If you're a part of PTA, or you're part of the booster club, or you're part of, whatever, us as women, we give of ourselves. So do we leave anything left for our husbands? Because if we don't, we need to reevaluate that. Again, these are just things to help us think about it. Do we save anything left for them? How would you feel, or how would I feel, if he gave everything he had to others and left nothing for us, left nothing for me? If your husband just gave everything emotionally, mentally, spiritually, whatever, to others because of work and just demands of the world, and he had nothing left for you. He didn't want to hear you talk. He didn't want to let you tell him about your day. He didn't want to, help you with some of the things that you might be struggling with. He had nothing left for you, or if you were wanting to be intimate with your husband and he's just like, yeah, no, I'm just too tired tonight. Women, we know good and well, we would feel completely like, oh my gosh, he's not attracted to me anymore. Oh my gosh, I've gotten too fat. Oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh. Like, we totally are different than men, but yet we expect men to just be able to handle the rejection from their wives, because it's not that we don't love them. It's just because we're too tired, or it's just because we're too stressed, or he hurt my feelings today. And so we just have to put ourselves in their shoes sometimes. Men are human. Men have feelings. Men have emotions. Men can feel rejected. Men can feel like they're not attractive to their wives anymore. Men have all those same feelings. They just might not express them in the same way. So we just have to keep our mind on those types of things. And then what was the last one? Romans 5:10. Let's look up Romans 5:10. Or that's our last one that we have for today. Romans 5:10. For if when we were enemies, we were reconciled to God by the death of his Son, much more being reconciled, we shall be saved by his life. So the reason I wanted to pull that out and bring it into the context of marriage is sometimes as wives or as mothers, or a lot of times women in general, because it's kind of a natural thing to us to be givers, we sometimes feel like we're just always giving and we're never getting anything in return. And you have to know, you're not alone in that. A lot of women feel like that. But what we have to realize is that Christ did the same thing, but he died for us when we were actually his enemies. That's what Romans 5:10 is saying, that he came and died when we were his enemies. So he was willing to sacrifice everything, not for his best friends, not for his family, not for people who just loved and adored him, but for his enemies. So when we as women are feeling like we're unappreciated, or, maybe we just feel like we're being taken advantage of and things like this by our loved ones, people who we know love us, our kids love us, we know our husbands love us, things like that, we have to put ourselves, if we stop looking at self and start looking at Christ, it makes what we're going through a little less severe, because we're willing to sacrifice ourselves for our kids who we love dearly, who we birthed. They're literally a part of us. And for our husbands who we chose to marry, who we chose to share this life with. That's who we're willing to sacrifice for. So whenever we're feeling like maybe we're not getting anything in return, when we think about Christ and what he did for us, it kind of brings it all back into perspective. Our husbands and our kids love us, and they're trying to. They're trying to make it through this life. They're trying to maneuver and, weave in and weave out of figuring out this thing called life, just like we are. But we were Christ's enemies, and we weren't trying to do anything for him, and he still was willing to sacrifice himself for us. And so we always need to compare ourselves to Christ rather than what our husband's doing or not doing, what our kids are doing or not doing, what our boss is doing or not doing, what our coworker is doing or not doing, how we're not making the same stupid choices that those people are making. So why is life so easy for them? We have got to stop comparing ourselves to other people, because that is only going to lead us down a very dark road. We need to compare ourselves to Christ, because when we do that, we're able to see, when we compare ourselves to Christ, we will see how blessed we are and how much better we can do. Okay? So obviously our goal in this life is to be the best us as possible. Whatever role God has placed us in this life, whether it's as a mother or a wife or, a sister in Christ or a friend or a daughter or whatever role you are in right now, our goal should be to be the best that we possibly can. And the only way that's going to happen is when we stop looking inward what everything that we don't have or that we're not receiving or that we, that we're getting the raw end of the deal, and start looking at Christ, not looking outward to others, but looking at Christ and seeing what he did for us. And when we focus on Christ, we are able to see how blessed we are and how much farther we need to go. And I promise you, if we're looking at Christ, we're not going to have time or room to be sitting there having a pity party. I'm telling you that right now. So I love you, ladies. I got to cut this off short because I got kids to get to places. But I hope that is encouraging to you. I hope it has brought to your attention some different things that we as women go through. I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your Monday. I pray that we will just love on our husbands and let them know that we appreciate them and we are attracted to them, because ladies, our men need to know that too. Hug them, kiss them, hold their hand. Just whatever you and your spouse do, let them know that you love them and you are attracted to them in the way that they want you to be attracted to them. Okay, ladies? So have a good night. And I'll talk to y'all later tomorrow, Lord willing, for Tots and Teens on Tuesday. Love you guys. Bye.